Hi everybody, it's Miss Jessica from the Tech at Lowell Branch Library, and welcome to another Tech STEM Minute. Today we're going to be doing an experiment with boats and making our own sailboats to experiment with. For this experiment, you need some corks, some screws or nails, some rubber bands, craft foam or another waterproof material, wax paper would work, or even the cardboard from a box of cereal would work, some aluminum foil, some toothpicks, and of course some water, and a nice container to have your water in so your boat has some room to move around. To start, we're going to take 3 corks and we're going to lay them side by side just like this. And then you're going to take your rubber bands and you're going to rubber band them together so that they stay together. May take me just a second. And I'm going to put another rubber band on this side. All right. Next, you're going to grab your toothpick and you're going to stick it in the very center of your middle cork, just like this. Then you're going to want to take your craft foam and you're going to want a piece that's about 3 inches by 3 inches. So just go ahead and cut that out. And this is going to serve as your sail. So take one edge of your craft foam and stick it through the toothpick, and then take the other edge and stick it through the toothpick as well. And it should look just like that. Now let's get our sailboat in the water and test it out. I have my water ready to go, so let's test it out and see how it goes. All right, well, it floats. I'm going to give it a little blow and see if I can get it to sail. Nice and smooth right across the water. So a real sailboat is a little bit skinnier than this, right? This looks more like a raft. So let's see if we can make our sailboat skinnier by taking away 2 of our corks. So I'm just going to take off the rubber bands, take away the other 2 corks, and now I'm left with my 1 cork with my sail, and I'm going to turn the sail 90 degrees so that it looks a little more like that rather than like this. So let's test this again and see how our skinnier sailboat works. I have my water ready for our test. Oh, well, that's not working quite as good as the other one, is it? Our sail is down in the water. Doesn't flow as smoothly either. We need to add something else to help our sailboat out. To help our sailboat out, we're going to take our screws or nails, whichever one you had, and we're going to add one directly underneath the sail. And then we're going to add 2 more, one in a straight line on one side of our center screw. Ooh, this one's a little hard to get in. There it goes. And the other in a straight line on the other side of our center screw. And your sailboat now should look just like this. I have my water ready to go again, so let's grab our sailboat and give it a test. Oh, that's much better. It's staying nice and upright. Give it a little sail test. That did not go very smoothly. It turned around and went straight to the side. We might need to add one more thing. I'm going to grab my aluminum foil and I'm going to tear a piece off, a nice long one. And I'm just going to take this aluminum foil and I'm going to wrap it right around the screws on the bottom of my boat. And let's give this one more test. Plop our last sailboat in. Still floats, that's good. Give it a bit of a sail test. Oh, it still turned, but it got a little bit further and that looked a little bit smoother. So what about that bottom piece helped our sailboat stay upright? Well, by adding those screws to the bottom of our boat, we created a lower center of mass on the boat, or we took the weight of the boat and we concentrated it at a lower point. Our sailboats with their tall sails without those screws had a center of mass way up high with the sail, causing it to tip over in the water, as we saw. The first boat we made with the 3 corks didn't need the screws to stay upright with the sail on it though, did it? This is because since it had a wider and heavier base made out of 3 corks rather than just 1, that center of mass was already being brought down lower away from the sail. And when we took away those 2 corks, the center of mass rose up towards the sail, and therefore we had to bring it back down with the screws so that it could stay balanced. Also, why did we have to add the aluminum foil to the bottom? Well, it's simple really. Adding the aluminum foil to our bottom piece created a more fin-like bottom piece that allowed our boat to flow more smoothly through the water. As we saw, without the aluminum foil on there, the boat veered off to one side. This is because when that water was allowed to freely move between the spaces in the screws, there was resistance that was created, which was causing the boat to move to one side. Adding that aluminum foil and creating the more fin-like piece took away that resistance and allowed the boat to glide smoothly through the water. Real sailboats even have a piece directly underneath the sail called the keel that's below water. So if you haven't seen a sailboat outside of water, you maybe didn't even know that this part of a sailboat existed. I know I didn't. And just like on our sailboat, this piece on the bottom allows the sailboat to glide smoothly and straight through the water, as well as lowering that center of mass so that the sailboat is able to stay upright. If you would like to learn more about the science behind the center of mass or learn more about sailboats and how they work, be sure to click the link in the description below to get to the Science Buddies page for this experiment. Thank you for joining me for another Text in Minute, and I'll see you guys next time.